Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm back in the kitchen and I'm not using a microphone just because I find with these style of videos it's easier for me not to. But continuing on with our autumn Halloween inspired Create With Me series, today we're going to be creating a cinemagraph. Now I only heard about cinemagraphs a couple weeks ago, and so if you don't know what a cinemagraph is, it's essentially, according to Google, a still photograph where a minor and repeated movement occurs. So that's what we're going to experiment with today, is creating a simple at-home cinemagraph. Now I really hope this inspires you to try this out at home yourself. So similar to how I've laid out the other videos in this Create With Me series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the setup of how I have everything from the camera to the lighting to the props, and then I'll go into some behind the scenes clips of everything that I'm doing to create the cinemagraph. So let's get into the setup. All right, so to cover the setup, I have my Olympus E1 Mark II with the 25mm setup on my Manfrotto tripod. This is my newer softbox that I talked about in my last video. This came in a set of 2 and it's been really helpful when I've been doing photography at home. And then here's my little prop station. So what I have is, this is the only autumn mug that I actually have, and it's my little fox mug. It's really cute. So I just have my only autumn inspired mug, and then I have my tea brewing in the pot right now. So once it's good to go, then I'll switch the view around so you can see how I'm going to create this cinemagraph. Now from my understanding, most of the creation of a cinemagraph takes place in post-production, but we do need to take the video first. So what I've been doing is filming short clips on my Olympus and being mindful when I am pouring to keep the stream consistent, because it will make editing later much easier. Alright, so I think we got all of the video clips. I took a number just in case. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take all of the video clips that I just did and I'm going to pull them onto my laptop to do the rest. This step is optional, but I like to post-process my photos and videos. So what I'm going to do is edit this in Lightroom. Now you can't physically edit a video in Lightroom, but there is a little hack that I've used in the past to edit a video in Lightroom. You essentially take a screenshot of your scene, edit how you like, and then sync the edit on your video. Not everything in Lightroom will copy over, just a few corrections, but I find it works when I'm trying to make minor adjustments. After we've edited the video in Lightroom, we can export it and pull it into our second software we need, which is Photoshop. Now, it wasn't until recently that I started working more with Photoshop. I'm not sure what other softwares out there you can do this with, maybe Premiere Pro, but with my subscription to Adobe, I have Photoshop included. And so what we're going to do is pull the edited video into Photoshop. Now, I'm not going to go in depth on how to pull together a cinemagraph in Photoshop, because there are other amazing videos out there on how to do that. For example, Peter McKinnon's video is awesome and super simple to follow, so I'll leave a link down in the description. So what I'm going to do is just briefly walk you through the process I went through. We're going to first cut our clip down and make it more manageable to work with. After, we're going to scrub the video and move the front and end of the clip to where we like, essentially the area where the T stream is consistent. Before we create another layer, we're going to hit the gear icon to make sure that loop playback is on. After that, we're going to create another copy of the layer by going to the layer panel and copying the layer. We're going to move the second layer to the end of the first clip. Move the beginning of the second clip over to the left. Move the end of the second clip over so both clips end at the same place. Then hit the down arrow to the first layer and hit opacity. Then toggle over and hit opacity again. Before moving on, change the opacity of that second mark to 0% in the layer bar and move the marker to the end. Lastly, we need to make sure that the only movement in the frame is the stream of T. So we're going to create another layer that is frozen above all of these by hitting Control, Option, Shift, and E. Then over in the layer bar, create a mask for the above layer. Make sure the black and brush is selected. Then brush over the area you want to move. If you want to see what you're highlighting, hit the slash key under the delete key. Now you are frozen, but your stream is consistently looping. And voila, you just created a cinemagraph. I actually found the process a lot easier to recreate than I thought it would be. It took me about half an hour to an hour of fiddling on my own time to kind of figure out it all. But that is our first attempt at creating a cinemagraph. I don't think it turned out half that bad. I think it's a really fun way to add something extra to your photo. I really hope you give creating a cinemagraph at home a try. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then hit that like button and subscribe. Maybe buy me a cup of coffee, and I'll see you in the next video.